gamers, and welcome to episode 330 of the Super Ultra Podcast Arcade for May 29th, 2021. I'm one of your co-hosts, Daniel Nookson, and with me is my co-host, Dominic Stallworth. What's going on this week, Dominic?
The cicadas are here, Daniel. At least in my area. They are here.
Yes, they are.
They're loud. Not now, though, because we had like a couple warm days or hot days this week. It's been,
hot days.
These days have been sporadic. There's been like consistent heat. So we have Thankfully. Like cool, and it just dropped. It'll be like close to like 90 some degrees for a couple of days, or at least feel like it. It'll say 80, but the humidity makes it like 90. But then we'll have low 70s, man, and 60s, high 60s. Like this weekend, this whole weekend, Memorial Day weekend is going to be pretty rainy and cool, which I'm happy with because I don't want the heat. Hey, keep that going. But I also don't hear cicadas like I do too when it's cool. So like I guess it's too cold for them or whatever. But I see them though. I see them flying around here, back here, doing their cicada stuff, and but yeah, so it haven't been too much of a bother. Yet, because, 6 weeks, so maybe more of them will come out, or they make more noise when the warmer, and we'll start getting consistently warm, at least in this area. So, what else we got going on here? We get right to sports. A little bit of sports. Wizards, looks like they're going to get swept, possibly, unless they can do a miracle win like the Celtics did against the Nets, which I'm surprised that the Celtics got one win out of there. I'm thinking the Nets should sweep them. Like, I'm disappointed in the Nets for that. But Wizards, yeah. Oh, and there was a game. Second game. Westbrook, man, he's questionable for the next game. So it's like, it's done. Like, if Westbrook's not playing, like, if Beal or Westbrook is not playing, it's over. So Westbrook, while he was leaving, like, he was limping off, someone spilled popcorn on him. I say spilled. They threw it because they did it on purpose.
Right.
Yeah. On him, and he just got upset at everything. They did kick the fan out. And there was another game where
it should be like that's a level of disrespect that's just
we got the fans back. We wanted the fans back, Daniel.
I didn't want the fans back. I was just telling my wife last night, like, I don't mind because wrestling's starting to get their fans back, and like I don't mind, like, as long as they got crowd noise pumped in there. I can't really tell the difference outside of them showing off distracting crowd shots and whatnot.
No, look like your daughter sounds like she doesn't like it.
Yeah, she wants the fans back.
Yeah.
It's because she doesn't know the evil, Dominic. She hasn't been around for the evil that is fans.
But those people, they want to go to games, Daniel. They want to have a good time. There's people who like going to the those matches for your wrestling, man. They want to be there.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. And there are times where I like being that person too, but for the most part, like, I don't care. Just pumping some sounds, like, ooh, ah, it's fine. Don't have an empty-ass arena.
It was another fan who tried to spit on a player. It was Trae Young for Atlanta in New York. This was in New York. Trae Young is on Atlanta. And they didn't get him because Trae Young said he didn't notice it. Because, like, you saw his reaction. He didn't see it. But the people behind him, like, sitting down. I think 50 Cent was close, too. I wouldn't know if they didn't get on him. I guess maybe it missed him. Because I'm surprised, like, he didn't try to get up and punch somebody and say, hey, you got spit on me, or something like that. Like, it's just, the way these people are treating these players, like, what the, like, I'm just thinking, like, these fans, and these are season ticket holders. Like, the guy who did it, I think he who definitely threw the popcorn on Westbrook, was a season ticket holder.
Good Lord.
And I was like, what? Why?
Oh, they were in Philly.
Yeah,
you were saying.
Yeah, Washington is the AC.
That actually makes a lot more sense.
So,
fucking Philly, battery throwing assholes.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell, man? And then it's New York. It's anywhere with white people, Daniel. That's what I'm going to say it. God darn.
I mean, not necessarily wrong.
It's like
truth hurts sometimes.
The way they just look at these people like they're not people. For you have the balls to even do that. Yeah. It's like ridiculous.
Especially for a guy that's leaving because he's injured. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. He's leaving Atlanta. And you're beating the hell out of this team. Like, they were beating the hell out of the Wizards. So it was like, what are you doing?
What are you gaining out of this? They're already losing. He's not going to help them come back because now he's hurt. You just wanted to just disrespect this dude. Like, why?
It's just like, I don't know. These fans are just ridiculous. And then, like, people are asking for, like, why can't you put his name out there? Like, I know why they don't. You want to protect the fan, but like LeBron said, the shoe was on the other foot. You all know what we did something.
Yeah.
You always see us, but why can't you put the name out there of that fan? Because I think someone else said that too. Like, the name should be out there. So, hey, this guy can possibly maybe his job can see it or something. Maybe something can happen, he get fired. I mean, get more consequences for your actions.
Oh, sure, Dominic, cancel culture. No, absolutely. This dude's a fucking asshole. And maybe everybody that knows him should know that when they're dealing with him.
Yeah. And I know people say,
absolutely.
Oh, it's protection
Actions
because he might
have
get
consequences.
hurt. I say, oh, well. I mean, him dumping popcorn and another dude spitting on somebody is like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna wish nothing get wrong with him. But, hey, I think people should know. I think say, hey, this dude right here, he's a dick.
Be prepared if you get in a conversation with this guy. He's going to spit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just ridiculous. Some of these fans, man. It's like, yo, just go ahead and have a good time. It's like you can say boo, something. Even though I'm not really big on name call. I mean, like, name calling that's like racist or something, or just malicious. Like, you just say it. But, I mean, I'm okay.
Yeah, but you just saying I fucked your mom or something. That's
not that either. But I mean, it's one thing like you say, oh, you suck, or say, oh, you can't shoot. Fine, I can live with that or something like that. But I mean, God darn, I don't know. And people can say, hey, because alcohol, but alcohol just makes you do things that you want to do, but you just wouldn't do sober.
Right. Exactly.
That's all that does. Because I can get drunk. I'm still not throwing nothing at nobody, man.
Right.
I'm still not going to be like freaking trying to hurt, like throw something at a freaking player, like disrupt that. No. All right. Anyway, yeah, that's just what happened. It looks like the Lakers are going to go to the next round, possibly two. Because when the Chris Paul on the Phoenix Suns, it's like he's playing hurt. He seems like he always get hurt in the playoffs, and I'm just thinking like, oh god. So I guess I won't be watching any more basketball after the Wizards lose. After the Wizards lose the next two games, or they somehow win. But after they lose this series, they definitely lose the series. I won't be watching any more NBA basketball until next season. So because the Lakers, I think they're going to win. I hope they don't, but I think they are. All right. So, what we got here? Oh, the Caps lost. So, they are officially out now. And so, I'll be watching more hockey till next season. Because that's the only reason I watch hockey is because of the Caps. I don't really pitch any other teams out there. So, yep, Caps lost in the first round again. Lost in the first round. Ever since they won the Stanley Cup in 2018, they lost the first round every season. Since then we get to the second round. So, that sucks. But then he got swept. No, they didn't get swept. They won one game. They won the first game. And then they lost 4 straight. So that sucks. The O's are now the worst team in baseball, Daniel. We did it.
Yeah.
We are back at the bottom.
Race to the bottom.
Back at the bottom. We are bottom feeders. Oh, man. It sucks. Because I was just thinking, like, I don't think we're going to be that bad. We're just be in the middle of the pack, you know? Just middle of the pack in baseball. That's all I want. But no, ever since John Means do that no-hitter, they went on this big losing streak. I don't know how many games they won since then.
Don't put that evil on.
I know they won 1. I don't know if they won 2 games since then. I know they won 1 game since then. But ever since he did that no-hitter, man, they have just been bombing. And like even when John Means pitches again, he'll do okay. He do well. I mean, one game, I think he went 7 innings and only gave up a run, I think, or something. But they blow it. They have the lead. And then bullpen blows it. Or the team doesn't put up too much offense. It's just, yeah, it is. It's messed up. Because then we have a one of our players, Trey Mancini, he is the leader in RBIs in the league. Well, as of like 2 or 3 days ago, he was. I don't know what it is now. But it's like, man, well, that's a waste. And then we got John Means, who's a great pitcher, a very young pitcher. What a waste. So it sucks. I saw somebody say Trey Mancini said, "Oh, he got RBIs. What a like a worthless stat." Is that a worthless stat now? RBIs? I'm thinking like so.
I mean, that's how you win games.
So what?
Runs batted in.
So what is a good stat then? Just hits? Not even hits then. Maybe it's not hits. I don't know. I don't know what this person.
Whatever makes me as an individual player look good.
Is RBI a good stat? I need to look at that up because maybe that has changed. So what is it? Is it just on base percentage a good stat? Maybe that's what it is. I mean, I think that's one stat that's good. Your on base percentage, yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I know RBIs relies on other people getting on base also. Yes, but that also tells you that if somebody's on base, this guy has a good chance of getting that guy home. I feel like.
Yeah. The teamwork stat.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. It's yeah, I don't know. I know it's what some of these stats they got these new stats now because of analytics that just really changes things. Like batting more and all that stuff, and I don't really know that. Look, the basic stats I know is hits, RBIs, runs, strikeouts, things of that nature. And for like the pitcher, also strikeouts, but in a good way. and then you got walks, your pitching, earned run average, your ERA, and wins. I mean, those are the stats I like. I know I think analytics they make things like, hey, to get more in detail, like what a person could do. Like, hey, what does this person do on like on base percentage? This has become a big thing like over a decade now. Which that makes sense. If you could get on base with walks or any kind of way, walks and hits, then that's good because your man can get on base. But there's some other things too. Because I'm not, even though I watch baseball, I'm not so in depth with the analytics of it. I just watch it. Just watch it and see who wins. That's all I want. Yeah, I listen to some of the guys when they talk about this stuff. All right. So I think that's it in the sports arena. There's probably some other stuff going on, but I just don't know. But I haven't paid attention to football. I know. I think what's the OTAs going on now? People practicing for football. I know Washington has a lot of players coming out. Ravens have a lot of players who came out because these things are not required, but people can come out. But a lot of people really working with the team or trying to make the team or whatever. Because I think there was something with the union that they don't want the players to come out for OTAs or something. Or I don't know. Something happened with that. Like, or they don't have to. But I think a lot of players they came out for it. More so than usual, probably, for these things. So at least that's good. Oh yeah, and I saw something about our owner, the Washington team's owner. He's out visiting stadiums all around the world because they're trying to figure before they can get an idea of what a new stadium to build and what for the new stadium, which they say they're more looking at 20. What they say? What year they say? Was it 2030 or? It was a little while from now. I think it was less than 10 years, but it's going to be a while till something like that happens.
It takes a while to tear down all those homes that people don't.
Yeah,
to make space
let's hope that
in
that's
the city
not the
of
case
DC
for this. But he hasn't got.
Have they talked about where they would move it to? Or are they going to move it like into?
Yeah, he said he still talks of what to do because he got Northern Virginia. Like I remember they were talking like they could do it there, possibly where the old stadium used to be at. I'm just thinking, like I saw where, because I think that stadium just got torn down, or RFK.
Yeah, it did, right? RFK.
Yeah, it just got torn down, And seeing I forgot where it was like, cause I was thinking like where it was located, because I've been there a few times, and I was like, the location was so great. Like, just down the street, you can just see the monument and everything, like, and what's that street called, Daniel? I don't remember. I don't remember. Darren, I don't know. I forget, I ain't from DC, so I shouldn't feel bad.
I would drive past it when I was going to Northern Virginia to work for some time.
But it's like down the street, you see all the, the Washington Monument, you see the Capitol, you see all this, you see, just the landmarks. And like, it was just at the end.
Yeah. I never really thought about it, but yeah, looking at this picture, like, yeah, exactly. It's right in line with all that stuff.
That was such a great location.
But yeah, it's amazing.
Which I'm thinking, like, because they're probably already building something there, which sucks. So that sucks. If that's because I was like, man,
luxury condominiums.
Yeah, I was like, well, if it's affordable housing, which I probably doubt it is, but if it was, then I'll be okay with that. But
yeah,
if it's not, I was like, damn it, just built the stadium right there. Been a better one. It's just been a better one right there, man. God. All right. So what else? Because the last time I've been there was the Nationals were still there. The Nationals playing there because they just came. I went to a Nationals game. I don't even remember who they were playing. It was so long ago. But that was the last time. That was the last time I ever been to RFK. Mm-hmm. All right. So I guess we'll go on to what we've been watching. So what you been watching, man?
All right. So I watched the new superhero adult. No. Okay. No. AEW's having a pay-per-view this weekend, but if anything cool happens there, I'll maybe talk about it next week.
All right.
Yeah. So I watched the latest in the series of adult superhero shows, Jupiter's Legacy on Netflix. It's a show based on Mark Millar's comics, I guess. Apparently he just makes comics to make movies, is what people say about him. He also did like Kick-Ass and stuff like that. But I thought Kick-Ass was good.
I thought the first one was good, yeah. Did you like the second one?
I remember thinking it was all right, I want to say.
I think it was okay.
But maybe a little too over the top. Yeah. I don't remember. Yeah, and this one, I just watched the first episode. Nothing spectacular happened. It was kind of just, laying the groundwork for what was going on. And I didn't entirely follow what was happening because they were like jumping between the Great Depression when I guess the older superhero who's like the father figure now was younger and his brother, and now it's like him and his son is a superhero, and his son seems to be like dealing with not being as great a superhero as his father was. I was telling you before, I might give it another chance, maybe watch another episode or two, but so far I'm not like enthralled with it. It's not pulling me back particularly. I just kind of like, that was a show. Yeah, there's not much to it outside of that. It wasn't like particularly violent. Like it doesn't have that kind of, so far at least, like it doesn't remind me of Invincible in that way. Like it's not over the top necessarily. Yeah, it fell flat kind of. There isn't a lot memorable about that first episode at least.
Is Jupiter a name?
Yeah, I think Jupiter is, what is it? I think it's the older superhero's name. Yeah, I guess that is Josh Duhamel. See, I was looking at that guy because I knew it wasn't Timothy Olyphant, but I always forget that other guy who looks.
Oh, Timothy Olyphant is in the show?
No. It's Josh Duhamel, the guy that was in like the Transformers movie. I always confuse those
Yes, they look the same.
Yeah,
they do. I get them confused too because one time I was like, "Hey, Timothy Olyphant's in the show." I think it was the the show that was on Hulu with Franco that came on. Where he went into the past.
Oh yeah, the 19 whatever, and
the
Kennedy assassination.
Yes, And I thought that was Timothy Olyphant, and then that was him. I was like, oh, yeah, that was him. That was him. Yeah. Yeah, that guy, yeah, they get me confused of each other.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's the star of that.
Oh,
he's
okay.
The older father figure in that. So yeah, and I did watch a little bit of the Army of the Dead, but I fell asleep and didn't go back to it.
Oh yes, Army of the Dead. Yeah.
It seemed fine from what I saw so far.
Is it a comedy?
I would. It's not really a comedy, but I think it's a little lighthearted. It's not like Zombieland, but it does have its its quips and its funnier moments. It's a more lighthearted action.
Oh, okay.
Kind of thing. I don't think it's like so much drama. I think it's more like that. What have you been watching this week, Dominic?
All right, so I finally finished Star Wars Rebels. I've been watching it.
Oh, okay,
but
cool.
I didn't really talk about it because I was going to wait till I finished the series. I've been watching it for a while. It's 4 seasons. I think is it 75 episodes total or 175? I don't think it's 175. I think it's something like that. But
Gotcha.
it definitely wasn't as long as Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a good amount. It's a good amount of episodes. And this series was good. I want to say I like it overall better than Clone Wars. I think Clone Wars, Clone Wars had a lot of episodes that was just, because Jar Jar Binks. Like, Jar Jar Binks episodes aren't really that great. And there was some other episodes.
Jar Jar equivalent here?
Huh? No, I don't have one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They didn't have a lot of episodes to be, I can't remember them. That was just like, this is not good. Like, this is not a
fillery kind of stuff.
Yeah. Like, this is a waste of an episode. This probably was a few, but I just don't remember them. While Clone Wars had, I think, quite a few that I was like, this ain't all that great. But it got better. Like, Clone Wars, as time went on, like, the later seasons was just great. I think there was a season part where it was like a whole bunch of the droids. It was okay, but I think it went a little too long with that. But I think Rebels overall is better than Clone Wars overall. Because this takes place during basically after where Clone Wars ends. This is between, I guess, so many years that the Empire has been around, but before New Hope. And probably before the Star Wars, what was it called? The Star Wars Rogue One. Probably, and before Rogue One. Oh. So, you deal with these group of rebels, it's like these 5 people, and like throughout their adventures, and you meet some of the people you see. Like, you see Lando one time, you'll see Obi-Wan in that season. Darth Maul appears quite a bit. Then you have also you saw Princess Leia. You see Ahsoka.
Do you get Vader and
yes, Vader I think was in the first season. Then Thrawn, Thrawn was the big guy in the later seasons though. He was the big bad. And you really see Thrawn, like, he is just like, he is so smart. Like, this guy is someone who calculates everything. And like, I was reading a book on him. I kind of stopped a bit, and like one of these books, the newer books on him, how he first came to the Empire, and it's pretty good. Like, he knows how to read people, like look at people, read them, how to react, and like, he's just very calculating. It is pretty good. Like, it starts off, like, the series starts off where I think, like, this seems like really kiddie. It's like, darn, this seems more kiddie than Clone Wars. But nah, then after a while, I started watching, it's like, okay, it's getting a little deeper. And it gets pretty good. And it's not bad. It gets, I wouldn't call it dark, but, things happen. Like, people die and things of that nature. Like, so that happens in Clone Wars sometimes too. But it's not, it's really a good story. Like, they really wrote a good story for this series. And how they incorporate it with the real Star Wars movies of what's happened. And yeah, it was an episode of I won't spoil too much. I don't know if you're gonna watch it or not. Because that's why I kind of don't want to spoil it. But
yeah, I don't know if I will. I've heard a decent amount of stuff about it, but I'm not familiar with outside of like some big story beats like Obi-Wan and stuff.
Well, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it yet. Kanan, the Jedi, that was a sad episode when he died. Like that was real sad. And even the last episode, which was like 40-something minutes, with Ezra disappearing, that was pretty sad too. But looks like they might be looking for him. So I'm thinking, will there be a new series or something where they go find him? Because they are.
So my understanding is he disappears along with Thrawn, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they end up appearing in like the Ahsoka series or something like that in live action, which would be kind of cool.
That would be cool if that happens. And we get to see Sabine, who is a Mandalorian who's part of the team, because she went out looking for him. Chopper, Chopper is their droid, who is just like R2-D2, but he seems more vicious than R2-D2. Like he in more of an attitude than him, even him. But he's very much like R2-D2 okay. though. But I like him. I like him. It's funny. It's funny when they get another droid who's kind of like, he's not really like C-3PO. He's not a protocol droid. He's some other type of droid, but he talks. And he was pretty funny too. But you know what? I don't know what happened to him, because I didn't see him in the last so many episodes. He was I guess he maybe just stayed with the rebels somewhere. But yeah, they were. Down. Here's the thing. Like Kanan, I guess he had relations with the Hera. She's a Twi'lek, whatever that alien's
the blue
called.
Ladies with the long, tendrily hair things.
Yeah.
Okay.
He must have relations with her before, but I don't know when, because I just kept thinking like they could never say how they really felt with each other. But she had a child, and they said, oh,
weird.
Yeah, and I was like, oh.
It's immaculate conception, dumb.
Yeah, no, they probably did. I mean, maybe they just...
The forced dick got in her.
Just saying I love you. I mean, they probably just was horny one time, and they just fucked, and then it happened, but they just still haven't told each other how they really felt. When I felt like that was a really good time, but whatever. But yeah, because they showed her like in the future and she had because she was there when at the Battle of Endor, and they were doing like a little epilogue thing. They're saying what happened, and they said she's with her child. They say he's just like his father or something like that. I was like, what? I said, oh, okay, yeah, that's nice. So they got a little Jedi. That's probably a little Jedi there. He probably gonna be with Luke. Possibly.
He was the broom kid.
No, that kid's
That's
older.
Too far into the future.
Yeah. Or he's going to die. He's going to get killed by
oh no.
By whatchamacallit. What's his name? What's the
Which one?
The fake Darth Vader name in the new
Star Wars?
Kylo. Kylo, yeah, Kylo Ren. So yeah, this series is pretty good. Like this is a damn good series. Like compared to Clone Wars. Now, Clone Wars was great. I think Clone Wars overall was great, and they did keep it up. And I actually enjoyed this more than Clone Wars. Now, I'm probably just going to check out the Bad Batch, finally. They had a few new episodes. I don't know how many episodes they're supposed to have this season.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But, yeah, I guess I'll check those episodes out now. All right, so that's all I've been watching, really. So, I guess we get to what we've been playing. So, what you been playing, man?
All right, so I played more Resident Evil last week, just still getting creeped the hell out, honestly. Like I played it what was it, like Saturday night, I think, with lights off and after the kid went to bed, and I couldn't keep it up for too long because it was just creeping me out too much. I got to a part where the daddy figure of the family, as he's referred to, is like slowly following me around the mansion, much like Mr. X does in the remastered 2, and you know I've talked about it in the past. Like I always kind of hate that because to me, it almost feels like a timer. Like I can't stay in one area exploring too much or I'm going to get caught. This wasn't too bad. Like he for the most part was kind of slow in plotting enough that I didn't really have to worry about it too much. But it feels like it might be a little more consistent than actually right now. I'm not even past. I think I'm still in a section where he's back to following me. I had gotten rid of him for a little bit, but now he's back on my trail again. So that's part of why I stopped playing. But I was playing it and I was thinking like, oh, maybe with like all these family members, because I did like the dinner scene that some people may have seen in the trailer, where you're like sitting next to the comatose grandmother and the father and the mother and the older son are like, talking to you and being all crazy and weird, trying to feed you this insect-like thing. So I guess that's kind of what this is. It's kind of like the Las Plagas stuff from 4, where it's like maybe they feed you this insect and then you become one of these like weird creatures, like amalgamation mutant type things. But why
they live like dirty hillbillies?
That's a good question, because you see now in like 8, allegedly, like maybe this guy was the vampire's brother or something like that, or at least that's what people kind of got the implication of from what she was saying on the phone with the whatever character. And it's like, yeah, why is this lady living in a friggin' castle and you're out in Louisiana? I mean, I guess at a certain point you're probably not like having to eat and drink like a normal human being. So you just kind of like disassociate and you're like, it doesn't matter if my house is upkept or my fridge has maggots in it or something, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I thought maybe with all these characters in there, because like the father's already following me around and I'm like randomly running into the comatose grandmother just sitting in a wheelchair in different places in the house, which is creepy because you gotta know at some point she's just gonna fucking move and I'm not gonna be prepared for it, despite the fact that I know it has to happen at some point in this game. Like they don't set that up for that not to happen.
Nah, she don't. She just stays rocket.
I just want to put a bullet in her head. But yeah, so I was thinking like, oh, maybe there's not like a traditional zombie or other type of supernatural, weird like dog thing element or something like that, because I'm constantly dealing with just like the suspense of them following you around or always potentially running into them. And then like, as soon as I finished that thought, I went into this room and this like creature came off a wall that was all like overgrown with weird plague looking gross drippiness. And I was like, oh, I guess we're doing this too. So now I got to deal with traditional enemies coming at me and also this dude following me around. I cannot do this right now. So that's when I turned it off. I was like, all right, I'm done. Like right now I'm in like the main hall trying to solve these puzzles, which I like. I like the puzzle aspect of Resident Evil and I like the story aspect of it, but the suspense stuff is just, I'm a little too on edge. So I think like I was talking about last week, like maybe I look into some trainers and, I don't need to put them all on and turn into God or anything, but it would be nice if like my bullets did more damage. So if I shot him, he would actually like be stunned for a second to give me time to run away, or just turn on fucking, infinite health and be like, okay, you're right here. You're still creeping me out, but also I don't need to worry about you actually doing anything to me. So I don't know. I mean, obviously part of the game is that suspense and that, uneasiness to it. So I kind of want to just like power through, but at the same time, I just want to experience the game, and I don't want to do it with my heart beating out of my fucking chest. So
just play with your wife. So play with your wife in the room.
I mean, maybe throw it on the television in the living room. Like, just sit here and console me, please. Please support me. Yeah. So I've been playing that. And then you were talking about Kazi. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to check this out. So I picked it up on the Switch. I was like, I like this game enough that I'm going to be like, I'll support the developers too and grab it on the Switch. And I've played, I think, a little past where the demo took you. Like I did the bird stuff. I did the shark stuff.
Okay.
And so far I'm really liking it a lot. You know, I like that demo. I thought it was cool. It looks good, runs well on the Switch. I haven't had too many problems there. So far I'm really into it. Have you played any more of that this week?
Yes. I'm on the second world, and after the snow level.
Okay, I haven't gotten there yet, I don't think.
Okay. Yeah, that's the part I'm on. I think I stopped there. I'm trying to think. I feel like I become something else other than a shark and a bird. What was I? I can't remember. Where I was. I think it was another creature, though. You know what other creatures you can be in this game? Because then I can remember.
Nah, I was looking it up to see if anything came up real quick.
Turn. But yeah, I still like it. I only played a little tiny bit of it, though. I didn't really play much of it. All right, so I guess I'll talk about what I've been playing then. And
yeah, what have you been playing?
So I tried out that new game, Scarlet's Nexus. The demo is out. This is
cool.
I want to say, is this Bandai Namco game? I know it's a JRPG. Yes. It's a JRPG. I don't know if this is based on any, like, anime. But this game is anime as fuck. I know that. It is definitely a very Japanese anime game based on the dialogue. And, I mean, not just the look of it, but the dialogue, the way they talk is like, yeah. But the gameplay, this is like an action JRPG. The gameplay is pretty good. It's very enticing. It's not just a button smashing game. Like, you don't just button smash. You have certain move sets, like to dodge and like the way you attack. I'm trying to remember because this was like early in the week when I played this game. Mm-hmm. And then like you could do certain combos, but it just feels more. It doesn't feel like I could just button smash my way through things. Like it's certain buttons I have to press and have to watch out for enemies, and then you got players, your teammates who you don't really control them, but they have abilities that can help you. Like you can see a weakness in an enemy, so this person has something with fire because it's like a plant monster that can use that you can incorporate with your weapon. And they say how you really do it, like within the game story, how this works. But it was just so much jargon that I was like, whatever. I don't know what you're saying. So, and I can build the enemy. Then you get to some points where you can, you can use telekinesis too, like to move objects, to hit it, to weaken the enemies also. Because I think that really helps weaken it more so than just your actions. And if you using your teammates definitely helps to bring the enemies down. There's a level of challenge to it too. Even though I wasn't paying attention to my health at one time, I think I did I die or did I almost? I think I died once. That was like the last boss. Excuse me. But there is a level of challenge to it. It felt a little easy because I wasn't playing on normal, but I could see how it could be getting harder, especially based on that last boss. I could see it like, okay, it's gonna be a little challenge here. Because I didn't really use any potions or health. Well, I probably should have, but I just didn't know how until I learned it. And it feels nice. It feels great. It seems fun. Like it feels fun, even though the story, I don't understand what the hell is going on with the story, but it does. I feel like I'm not in the real world right now. I think this is supposed to be a training. So I don't know. Like I don't know what the hell is going on. Maybe if I play the original game, I'll learn more what the hell the story is. But the action and the controls feel really good. It doesn't feel like Devil May Cry. But Devil May Cry, even though, I mean, if you play on a hard difficulty, you can't really button smash your way through shit. Right. So I wouldn't really call that button smash a game. If on an easier level, you can. But this, it feels like it's a good balance between the action in the RPG elements. More so than Final Fantasy, put it like that. I like this, the way they do the action, better than what they did in Final Fantasy VII Remake. So I will say that. So this game, yeah, I'm very curious. I think it's coming on everything. I played this on Xbox 360.
Okay.
I haven't said 360. I'm sorry, Xbox One. And so I think it's coming on PC also. I will hope. I hope it is. But yeah, I think I saw people talk about this game. They're really interested. Because I was wondering why people really like this game. I was like, what is this? Why is this game so... Like, what's the big deal about this game? And I think the feel of it, yeah, it's pretty good.
The people love the anime, Dominic.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now. Some things here. Here's the story. It's set in the near future in an alternate reality where humanity develops technology and forms society based on the substances found in human brains. Ew. These substances also grant humans extrasensory superpowers. The Other Suppression Force, the OSF, recruits members with supernatural abilities to protect humanity from the others. Mindless monsters descending from the extinction belt. Yeah, I still don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know what the hell that shit means. But yeah, I don't know if this is this the people who work on this game? Have they worked on something else? They said Kenji Anabuki is the director, and he worked on the Tales series, so I guess that's a big deal.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's worked on some JRPGs. Yeah.
It looks like it is coming on everything: Xbox, PC, and PS4, PS5.
Yeah. Okay.
No Switch.
All right. So what else did I play? I played some more Dragon Age Origins. I'm at where I'm at. I played through, well, if you know the game, you know what I'm talking about. I went to the Mage's Tower. I stopped the annulment, so they wouldn't kill all the mages. So helped them so they can come help me fight the Darkspawn. I also saved the son of the Arl at Redcliffe, and now they want me to go to get the urn of sacred ashes that can help the Arl who is sick. But I'm deviating right now, and I'm doing the DLC quests of getting Shale, this big giant golem, before I can be on my team. That sounds cool. Yeah, and golems in this game used to be dwarves. And they put their minds into these golems. I forgot the story, but I'll find out later on when I play the game, because I don't remember everything about it. Because there's a lot of things I forgot, lore-wise, in Dragon Age. But I don't really know that yet at this part of the game, because I haven't gone to the Orzammar to learn about this stuff. But
that's where the dwarves live.
Yes, the dwarves live in Orzammar. They live underground, and they have in their society is like this. Dwarves stay underground all the time. They do not interact. Well, they do interact with the outside world, but they don't come out. Like they have somebody at the gates if they want to do trade, and mostly actually they don't really interact with humans unless you come to them inside Orzammar. Like they do interact. Like they have dwarves that can come to a certain point of Orzammar who live outside, but once you leave Orzammar, you can't come back to live. Like you gotta be outside your whole life if you do that. I think in Orzammar is just one city, an underground city. There's other underground cities in other places or doors, but it's like they don't allow, like you have to stay underground all the time, or if you go above ground, then you have to stay above ground. Now they'll do trades.
They gotta be more lenient, Dominic. They gotta be like the Amish, where you can do Rumspringa, but then you can come back if you choose.
This is just their old ways. Maybe in the later games they'll make it. They have a quest where it'll be like, "Hey, we're going to change our ways," or something like that. But yeah, that's the way they live. Because there's a dwarf who is underground. He ends up leaving. He ends up leaving with you. He say he doesn't care that he leaves this place. He says it's okay leaving here.
Oh, no.
But yeah, what else have I done in the game. It's really not much to tell. I mean, I talked about this game before on this podcast years ago. So, but yeah, I mean, I really like this game. I mean, I really delving into it. Like, I'm really getting back into it, even though it's like probably like my 5th playthrough or some shit. Because it's just so good. I just like it so much.
Yeah.
And since now I got this is the Ultimate Edition, they really hide all that stuff they used to have in there where they was trying to get you to buy this DLC, get this DLC, blah blah blah.
That's good.
So yeah, that stuff is out, but yeah, it's just I love the interaction with the characters. The battle system is iffy. I mean, it's okay, even though I feel like I lose health way too fast. I end up putting cheats in because I was like, I'm getting tired of just keep having to heal and shit. So, like, I just want to play through the story anyway, because I just want to get through the whole series, because I really want to play through Dragon Age Inquisition again, because I haven't played that in so long. While the other ones, but I just want to go through the whole series. So then Did
you play that one more than once? I don't remember.
I haven't. I only played it once.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And when I played it without no DLC, because I played it when it first came out, and when it had the glitch. And they fixed it, but I would have to go back, and I was too far in, because they had a glitch in that game where your voice changed. At some point in the game, your voice changes. Like, I had a nice deep voice, man. Then I started talking with a light voice. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" And there was like a glitch in the game. I said, "Oh my god, a horrible game." I mean, no, it was a horrible game. It's an okay game, but it had a lot of bugs when it first came out.
Yeah,
there was a lot of bugs there. I mean, it seems like all these games do. That's why now I know not to ever get a game when it first comes out, because it seems like all these games just have bugs. Then they fix them. The game's so much better, but then I've already played it, and I want to go back and play it again. Not right away. All right, so what else I played? Dark Side Detective. I finished that game, and there's 3 bonus cases when you beat the game. So the main story is good. It's funny. It's hilarious. I think it's well written with the jokes. I'm also right now I'm doing the bonus quest. It's like Christmas, and Dooley, my cop partner, he's taking his nephew. We are taking his nephew out to see Santa Claus, things of that nature, and yeah, we're going to the mall. But then things go wrong, and we gotta stop some type of mystical stuff happen, and it changed the kids to like evil little trolls or something like that. And so now I gotta go stop them. But yeah, that's pretty funny. What else have I played? I played some more Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I've got to the point where you could do raiding missions that are separate from the main story of raiding. Like they're supposedly harder. It's where like you go to, like, you're not in the same, I mean, you're in the same world, but it's like it puts you somewhere on a map that I don't think you really can see. And like this is special raids that you get I guess better loot, but it's just a little harder to do. And it's more something, I guess this is closest to like those boat missions and that you do in Assassin's Creed 3 or Black Flag or something. Like you're still not really, it's not really ship to ship battles or nothing, but you are going out to raids, but you're controlling, you have your men too. Like you can see a menu where it has all your men's health and everything. And I think they have levels. Maybe they can level up too. So you have to watch out for them, like to take care. I think they can die permanently. I'm not sure, but yeah, you have to really look out for them and stuff like that. So it's like a good game within a game, you know? Kind of like what, also I kind of want to say it's similar to what it was in the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood in them, with the whole sending assassins out on missions, you know? And doing that. Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, like, you know, a little side game, you know, and like a little mini, not really a mini game, but something to do other than the main story game in the main world. So I did like one mission of that, which was like basically the tutorial mission on it. I did a couple of side missions. There was one mission where a guy, he did not want to take a bath because he said this is a way to fight. Like this is like this the gods the gods don't want me to. Like I would battles this way, and like he would rub pig shit on stuff on himself and his weapons and his family. His son and wife would just have to live outside. They just outside. It's like, I hate coming here and my smelly father. Can you do something about it? So I had to sneak up and push the father in the water. And that's what I did. So, no, I've been washed. And they said, yay, you cleaned my father. I thought that was it. Then it was another side mission where it was like a nudist colony. But they weren't really nudes because they had underwear on. And so I was like, oh, yeah, I guess I have to.
Never nude
I gotta
colony.
get the mod. I gotta get the mod for they're naked. But, yeah, so one of the nudists, he was by himself, and I was talking to him, and he was like, I was a leader of this nudist colony, but these guys, they kicked me out because they didn't like my methods. Like, I believe that we should nude everywhere. They just want to be nude here, like in this area, in this camp area, but then they go back to wearing clothes. Say, no, nudist, this needs to be something you live. This has to be who you are. So I wish I could do something to get back at him. So he told me, like, I wish I could get rid of their clothes. So that was a clue for me to steal their clothes. So I went there, and they said, hey, you want to be part of our nudist colony? I said, yeah, sure. He said, well, what do I have to do? He said, put your clothes into that chest over there, and, like, be with us, and blah, blah, blah. So I went over there and stole the chest.
This chest full of your clothes.
Yeah, I said, hey, what are you doing with that? And then they start chasing me, and then I disappeared. Then I gave the chest to the guy, and that was how the quest ended. There was one quest this was just weird. The guy, okay, I'll tell you two more side quests. One quest was weird, was with these people who lost the sex in their marriage. And they said the only time we had the passion was when we was doing a raid, and that just got us hot and bothered. So they said, if only we had the feeling of like being in a raid, we could get that passion back. So I had to like put fire to the house, and it got their passion back. Said, thank you. You got our passion back. I was like, okay, this is fucking weird. And then another one was where these two brothers were fighting each other for a business. Like this guy, he picks the barley and something like that, while the other guy has the silo. But he gets most of the money because he does the deals for the silo. But the other guy does the work, the actual work, to pick it. So they're arguing about who should get how much money, like, from the business. And they were fighting. Then they went out and they were fighting each other, like fighting each other. And I talked to the children. It was like, man, I wish they would stop fighting. They used to then fight before the silo. I wish that silo never existed. And I said, what am I supposed to do?
Blew up the silo.
And then I looked up and said, I don't know if I'm supposed to burn the silo. I hope there's another way. I looked up online. Yep, that's the only way to do this mission.
Burn the silo to the ground.
They say, but the silo doesn't only the fire doesn't only burn the silo. It burns both their homes down. And and then they're like, I guess we needed this before we could stop fighting. I was like, what? And I think I heard people on Reddit even say, like, this was a stupid side quest. Because why would burning the house down, like, fix this? Like, there should have been another way. Like, that, maybe that could be a choice, but it should have been something else. Like, now you just lost everything. Yeah, I was like, this is dumb. But as far as the main quest, I think what I'm doing is get allies. I got an ally from one clan to join us. I had to help them get their land back from somebody. And, of course, that person was working for I don't know what they call them. They don't really call them Templars, but they work for them. Because, like, just like you're not called, well, I don't know, were we just called Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, the Creed of Assassins. It was like the assassin. Yeah, we were the assassins, and they were the Templars. You know what?
Now I think about it, that's a stupid name. Like, why would you just call yourself Assassins? Like, don't just say call you.
Because it's cool.
Like have a name. Like have a legitimate name. But anyway, like, yeah, the Order or something like that, and I guess that
was already taken by the Order of 1776.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, no, I'm saying the Order, I think, is the other side, I think.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I actually don't know, man. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, because you do have an Assassin's Guild like in your encampment. I build up, and you can do missions to get those whatever they call it, Templars around here. You get those people, and that's who the guy who when I got the land back from the woman, he was part of them. And you're still not really officially an assassin yet, even though you wear a cloak similar to one. You got the headpiece, to cover your head where you want to be cloaked. You look just like the assassins. I was like, what the hell? Just a big burly one. I was like, whatever. It was like, what do we do? I say, like, if y'all want to make it real, don't make me wear this stuff that make me look just like I'm part of the creed, even though I'm not part of the creed.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game is fun. I mean, it's a fun game. It's a lot of shit on the map, that's just there. It's just like, this is a better way of this to do this stuff. But it's all right. Like, so far, I wouldn't say I like it better than Odyssey, though it feels like it's not a whole bunch of shit on the map like Odyssey yet. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on the map, but it doesn't look like Odyssey's map. Like, it doesn't look like that map. That map was just flooded.
Not as cluttered.
Yeah, it was just flooded with just junk. I mean, that was just crazy. Now I think about it, what Odyssey was. And I didn't even have all the DLC. I was just playing the normal game. Now, good God. All right. So, what else did I play? Oh, yes! Maneater is on Xbox Game Pass. I've been waiting for this game.
Oh, cool.
You know what? I think I've been waiting for this game for so long that I thought this was like the second one. Because I could have sworn, like, I saw this game like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was like, why does it say like Maneater? What's the subtitle at? I thought it was like a subtitle of this. And I was like, oh, no, maybe I just saw the game like 2-3 years ago, and it just didn't come out yet. And I was like, darn, so it is just one game. So, yes, I played some of it. It's okay. I mean, I'm enjoying it, but, it's a little rough in some places. I have to turn some things off my computer because it doesn't run super smooth. It ran smooth when I first started. Maybe because I had something running when I put it on again. But, yeah, you start off as the big mama shark, already full grown, killing people, but then you get caught by your nemesis. I forgot his name. Sound like some bayou guy. Some guy from New Orleans
Captain
or something.
Ahab.
Or Florida. One of them. One of those southern places. And then he cuts you. He kills you. But then you become the baby shark. He said, oh, look, there's a little, you got a baby in here. And then he marks you. But then you bite his hand off. So I guess he ends up with a hook hand probably. And then you start. That's where the real game starts. Like you're just a little pup, and you have to keep playing till you grow. So right now I'm a teenager. I'm a teenage size right now. Like at first it was like it was gators. Like I'm in the bayou somewhere, and gators can hurt you. So I have to pretty much swim away from them until I get a little bit bigger where I can compete with them. Also, what was the other one called? Some other fish that can kind of hurt me, but I can eat them too. So like it just takes time. Like catfish, I can just go in and gobble up. Guppies, I can just gobble up. Turtles. But like gators are like tough. Like I have to keep hitting them and dodging them and things of that nature. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's fun doing that. Get around. I think I finally got a power where my jaws, like I got like electricity, like electric shock in my jaws, so I can stun enemies a bit when I bite them. So that's cool. Like you're like a mutant shark, I guess. Like you're something like toxin in the water or something like that. Then you have the guy from, is his name Parnell? Chris Parnell? From SNL.
Yeah.
He's like the narrator during the game because it's like a reality show / documentary, like maybe something like that. And he's always narrating to the game. It's pretty funny how he narrates things of that nature. Like he was like, I think I was chasing a barracuda. He was like, the barracuda, they live in this part of water and they mostly ingest like birth control, like pregnancy tests and something else. It was something else.
Oh, good Lord.
Because the water's filthy. Like, there's a lot of junk in there in the water. And then like a shrunken city in there too, where I was at.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But
found Atlantis.
Yeah, so I'm not really in the ocean part yet. I am in like the but I'm guessing what kind of shark am I? Because is this still seawater? Because does it seem like it's saltwater? Is it still saltwater in this area? And then some of these gators be really deep into the water. I'm thinking like, y'all a little too deep, aren't y'all? How long can you hold your breath?
The prehistoric gators.
But yeah, it's a fun game. Like, it's a fun game. It's the controls are a little like the controls are all right. Just when you're fighting, the camera controls are horrible. Like, it just I get lost like where the enemies are, and that's how a lot of times I die because like where do I dodge? And I mean, you got a button where you could just it rotates to it, but it's like you attack, and then you got to hurry and keep pressing that button to change the camera view to where the enemy is. But sometimes it'll lock on something else, though. That's what sucks. Is like it'll lock on something that I'm not fighting. It's like but nah. You know what I do? I mean, I put those cheats on, Daniel, because I'm playing on PC, and so I put them babies on now. Just I'm okay. I'm okay if I can't see it. It's like you can't hurt me. I'm the invincible shark. But yeah, the game is fun. It's a fun game. I'm glad it's on Game Pass.
Definitely seems like it harkens back to the days of like a solid B+ game, something in that range.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it definitely feels that way. All right. So that's all I played this week. So I guess we'll take a quick break. When we get back, we'll get to the flashback segment.
All right.
And we're back. Let's get to the flashback segment. So what we have here, we got this week, Dead or Alive Dimensions came out for the 3DS. So you got those boobies in 3D, people.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know what this game got rated.
I feel like I remember that thing running like really poorly unless you had the 3D turned off. So probably not super great.
You couldn't have had the boobies in your face, so that's a shame.
No, but you could in slow motion. You got the slow motion jiggle then.
Oh, yeah.
So you had it like 10 frames per second.
All right, what else we got here? We got Dirt 3 came out. We're on what, Dirt 6 or 5? What is
5, I think, yeah.
5? Oh, okay. So 10 years ago was Dirt 3 that came on the Windows 360 and PS3. Then we had Lego's Pirates of the Caribbean, came out on Windows. I think we mentioned this for the consoles already. Kung Fu Panda 2 came out. Oh, so it's been 10 years the Kung Fu Panda 2, the movie came out?
Goodness gracious.
And we're now, it's been 3 of them. And a TV series. And it's like a Christmas special, too. PS3, Xbox 360, Wii, and Nintendo DS that came on. Also, you had Frozen Synapse.
Oh, yeah, I remember Frozen Synapse. That's like an RTS or something, or a strategy game.
Oh, okay. It does sound familiar.
I think a newer one came out relatively recently, maybe like Frozen Synapse 2 or something. Yeah, turn-based
and it got
tactical
really good.
video game.
Yeah, it's got like they got 9 out of 10 on Steam. I think, people, see, like fans like it. Well, people who bought it liked it, I should say. And it got 85 on Metacritic.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So yeah, it's a turn-based tactics game. It's a tactical combat simulation game. Players are played as asynchronous turns by each player. Each player controls a small number of soldiers armed with various weapons. The objective in most single-player missions is to eliminate the other squad. But there are also hostage protection and escort missions. So I want to see what this game looks like.
Escort missions are the worst.
Yeah, they usually are. It's definitely like a simulation. Like you're in a simulation. It's almost like, I guess, like Metal Gear VR. If you're looking at it through a top-down view.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely like a strategy game. This definitely feels like a PC game. I know that. All right, what else we got here? We got. I'm not even going to say this game. I can't even pronounce it. I can't believe it's worth saying. Well, you know what? Looking at this girl, she looks pretty good. Maybe I need to say this. I can't even pronounce it though. It is. Did it come in the U.S.? This game didn't come to the U.S. I'm not going to say it. It is on Xbox Live Indie Game Service. Maybe it did.
So it's like an indie-ass indie game.
Akane the Konochi? It is the game's protagonist. Akane is a Konochi who secretly loves her feudal master Goro. When he is kidnapped, Akane goes off to rescue him from evil Harami and her minions. The cover is this big booby girl
Anime
in some type of ninja outfit. Yeah, that thing is holding them boys together, those girls together. But I want to see some gameplay of this.
It looks like a game you would make in like Game Maker.
Really?
Yeah,
looks like that.
Weirdly big sprites and very kind of generic environments.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a side scroller. Oh, okay. It's like a platforming side action game. So yeah, it does look like a Game Maker. Yeah.
Which makes sense if it was on their indie service and not actually like Xbox Live proper.
They ain't got the boobies motion or nothing like they just jiggle like like
Shantae.
Shantae.
Some people just don't have the dedication to the craft, Dominic.
No, they don't. All right. So what else we got here? We got Fast Racing League on WiiWare. Okay, I'm guessing that's a racing game. And we have Blaze Blue Continuum Shift 2. So we had 2 fighting games that came out this week. The Blaze Blue series. I like just like the art style of the Blaze Blue series.
Yeah,
I forget that I have it on Switch. One of those games. What did this get? This get rated pretty good. It got an 87.
I think most of the Blaze Blue games have a pretty positive reception.
Oh, my fault. No, that's on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 got 85. 3DS, 64.
Wow.
Yeah.
Should have known from it being on the 3DS. Should have known better than that.
Hunted, The Demon's Forge. I know this game. It is... never mind. I thought I did. I looked at the cover. It is not what I thought it was. Yes. It's developed by Inexile Entertainment and Bethesda Works.
Oh, okay.
So I must have seen this game. It's a Bethesda Works game.
Yeah.
It's an action game, a dark fantasy. It did not get rated really good.
I've definitely seen that cover before, but I'm not familiar with the game.
It's got like 61 on PC and 360, but 57 on PS3. I wonder what kind of gameplay it is. But the plot is 2 mercenaries battle. Pre-mercenaries in battle. Ilara and Kadak go searching for a mysterious artifact about which Kadak had a vision, but events grow out of hand and the companions become wrapped up in the chain of events involving demons. Alright. So, let me see. It's a cooperative multiplayer with online and split screen. So that's cool. Maybe that's why. I must have looked at this game because I probably saw cooperative and say, hey, yes, this is what I like. Looking at the gameplay here. Let me see. Oh, I'm looking at her. She's got skimpy outfit. That's fitting for games. The woman has to wear skimpy outfits, Daniel.
This does sound like a video game, all right.
Yeah. She got a bow and arrow. I think he has... Oh, he has a crossbow. She has a normal bow. But they got different weapons and stuff. Yeah, it's like an third-person action game. Like a teenage me will probably like this.
Yeah.
All right. So what else we got here? We got The Sims 3 Generations on Windows and Mac, and I'm guessing this is the Sims where you can like build a family and like it grows old and you can continue with it, I guess.
Can you?
I'm just assuming it, man.
I just assumed you could do that in all of them, but yeah. I remember when this one released. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I guess that's what they did. Was like, hey, you can let your Sims grow older and then like carry on their bloodline, basically, right? Like,
yeah, let me see. So substituted residents, each life phase has a theme. For children, imagination is a theme. For teens, rebellious, chaotic scenes such as parties while parents are out on vacation and pranks are in addition. As young adult or an adult, the focus is on their relationships with others, from marriage to having children of their own. Elders get to enjoy their time reminiscing about the golden years, and the joys of watching their grandchildren grow up. Generation is one of the 2 expansion packs to come without a new town for Sims to explore. And yeah, things of that nature. All right. I haven't played Sims since The Sims.
I don't want to play as old man Sim.
I know that. Yeah, I definitely don't play old man. I'll be like, yo, you just die. You're like, you get over it, we going to move on. New character. All right, so that is it for 2011. So now we're going back 20 years to 2001, and we got Crazy Taxi 2 came out. The last Crazy Taxi, I don't know if there was a Crazy Taxi after this one. It's definitely the last one on the Dreamcast. This is one of the last few Dreamcast games to come out on the system. And I think this is what was this? Was this New York? I don't know. It was a different city, right? Or was it just a...
That sounds right, because like the first one was what, like San Francisco?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this was New York.
Crazy Taxi 2. Let me see what's it located at. Is it Crazy Taxi 2? Blah, blah,
well, there were
blah.
definitely more Crazy Taxis. There were Crazy Taxi 3, Crazy Taxi Catch a Ride.
I don't remember Crazy Taxi 3. Wars. When did that come on?
That was released on Xbox on July 23rd, 2002.
Like, I don't remember that at all. Crazy Taxi 2, I'm trying to see. Where is this? It's, so picking up people, destinations, which are highlighted, color rings, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, it was New York, Crazy Taxi.
Okay, it was New York. All right.
Yeah. Well, New York inspired around Apple and small Apple.
Crazy Taxi 3? Darn, I gotta see. Yeah, I don't even recognize this cover. Like, I just don't. It was only on Xbox? Darn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know that I recognize that cover either. Maybe.
Where was this?
Maybe because it was. At? I think it was it said it was an Xbox. No. Never mind. I was going to say I thought it was an Xbox Live game, but that was Xbox original.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recognize that at all. And the other ones were like Catch a Ride was a Game Boy Advance one. Fair Wars was something else. PlayStation Portable. PSP, so.
Yeah.
I guess 3 was the last mainline one, but yeah, I don't even remember 3.
Yeah, I guess that got lost in the sauce. Like, yeah, I don't know why. It came out 2002 also. Yeah. Like, I feel like they would be talking about that. Anyway, yeah. So, what else we got here? We got Shrek Fairy Tale Freakdown for the Game Boy Color. Because of the Shrek movie. We also got Bejeweled. Bejeweled, Daniel, has come out for the first time 20 years ago on the Windows. And then it just came out a lot since then on everything. But that's a nice little puzzle game. I like that game.
My wife played like the off-brand one for quite a long time on her phone.
You played an off-brand one?
My wife did. She played like Jules or something like that on her phone forever.
Spider-Man 2, The Sinister Six came out for the Game Boy Color. And like this was just weeks ago when we had the X-Men games. So yeah, some Marvel games on the Game Boy Color. The Max Steel Covert Missions came out for the Dreamcast. Max Steel was a toy line. Then it became a TV show on WB. I remember it was like in a computer animation. It was horrible.
Yeah.
I watched some episodes, but it's a cartoon. And I guess I had a game version of it, whatever. He's like a secret agent, I guess, and he has some like powers, like he's an enhanced human. Also, Dark Cloud came out on the PlayStation 2 in the US 20 years ago. This was the Zelda killer, baby. This was the Zelda game for the PlayStation. It's like this is Zelda beats The Sims. Like you can go dungeons and fight enemies, and then you can take back your things you collected in the dungeons to build your town. The town building stuff was fun when I played. I like doing that. I did not like doing the dungeons. They were boring. They were very... I think it was procedurally generated. Like, it's always different every time you go in. But it was boring. It was, like, really... Like, it was just hallways, of dirt. And it was, like... It wasn't like those Zelda, So I can tell you that right now. It was an okay game. Like, it was an okay game. Like, it did inspire the next game, Dark Cloud 2, which is, like, looks totally different from this one. It was cel-shaded art style, and that was fun. And I like the town building aspect of that, too. But this was very, like, now thinking back, it almost feels like it was a game that wasn't finished to me, to be honest with you. But, like, it got okay scores, and I was thinking, like, man, why did this game get as high scores as it did? I mean, I guess it was something there to it, that potential, but, like, the whole dungeon stuff was just boring to go through. What else we got here? Worms World Party came out. It's a Worms game that was on a PC, and it came out on Dreamcast also. And I'm guessing it's just the Worms game, and they're having a party. I'm assuming. I didn't even look up to see what it looks like. It looks like Worms to me. I don't know what it does different. It's a sequel to Worms Armageddon. It's in the previous series. The players take turns controlling their teams. Yeah, I don't know what's different. Maybe it's just a sequel. It got rated okay. On Metacritic, it got a 75 for PC. It eventually came out on other systems later on. So... 15 years ago, a company called MTO Co. They were established, and the reason why I mentioned them is because they are known for the GT Advance game series that came on Game Boy Advance. I remember always seeing them. They would get like average to slightly below average scores, but I always thought like, hey, it's Gran Turismo on Game Boy Advance. How does that happen? But they don't say Gran Turismo. This is GT. But there were racing games, and they did the Pets games.
Like for Ubisoft?
Yes, Ubisoft. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
They did dogs.
Cats.
They did
with a Z.
Pets, dogs 2. I don't know if they did cats or anything. I think they did pets and cats. I mean, dogs and cats, or whatever. Mm. They also did Imagine Master Chef. And like one of those Imagine games, like they used to always have too. Yeah. Mm. So, yeah, they did that series. That's the only reason, because I knew you loved pulling those games up.
Oh yeah. I mean, they sold like crazy. It was amazing.
And they did. They did sell like crazy. Which is always funny when I see how these games be selling, but then I look at the top games list and I don't see them. Like, wait a minute, but these games be selling. So what? Are they only buying it from our store?
Yeah, exactly. It's only our trash store that they're buying it from.
But I think overall, like maybe if I look at like a bigger list, you'll see it up there. Like it's probably down lower, but it just tells you just a lot of people buy games.
Yeah.
But yeah, those games used to always sell. All right, you see it's politics, Daniel. I think that game sold a hell of a lot, but they didn't want them to get noticed. Yeah, they want to get noticed. Like, no, we can't let people know people buying this shit. I say no, we gotta keep it always Nintendo. They need the dogs to stay up there.
Exactly.
Nintendogs
and cats.
All right, so that is it. That's the end of the month. So we have a new month next week. So we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we get to the gaming news.
All right.
And we're back. Let's get to the gaming news. So what we got, Dan?
All right, Dominic, we got Axiom Verge 2. It's been announced that it is being delayed, even though we didn't really have a firm release date for it anyway. I know the latest thing was, I think it was as part of that, like, Epic Game Store showcase. They were like, it's coming soon. But now it's not coming as soon as we thought. So now they're saying Q3 2021, still this year, which puts it sometime before September 30th. I'm fine with that. Axiom Verge 2, I'm very interested in what that ends up being, because that first game I expected to love a lot more than I ended up actually liking it. And even after revisiting it, like 3 times before I finally beat it across, PC and Switch and PSP. Yeah, but this one, it has a new art style to it. It has kind of a new vibe. I want to see if it kind of varies up the gameplay too enough to actually draw me in a little more. Especially maybe story-wise. I think my biggest issue with that first one was just kind of the way the bosses played out. Like, you fought a lot of the same kind of things. And none of the weapons really felt satisfying in the way that I necessarily wanted them to.
What's the story of Axiom Verge?
The first one, it was like you're this scientist who gets transported into another world or dimension. I want to say it was like world or time or something like that. And you're trying to help these machines who have been taken over by some like programming virus or something like that, created by this shadowy figure who turns out to be, spoilers, at the end of the game. And it was kind of cute, but I say cute, I don't know, it was weird, but
yeah, you say cute. Well,
it was weird mostly. I think the twist was kind of neat, but it didn't really hit too hard, to be honest with you, because you don't really have much association with a lot of the characters in that game. And I don't know what my biggest problem gameplay was, really. I mean, like I said, the guns and the enemies were kind of but I don't know, maybe I wanted something that kind of gave me direction a little more. Like, it wasn't, that was part of my problem, and why I stopped a couple of times was just like I got to a point where I didn't know what to do, and I thought I backtracked as much as I could and just kind of got lost in the sauce. And I don't know. It's weird because like I have a weird relationship with like a Super Metroid, because I feel like if I played that just fresh, like I really started playing that game over my buddy's house, and he knew all the stuff. And then when I was younger, I had a strategy guide. So if I just played that game, there's some stuff in that game that is so obtuse to continue on in that game. I don't know if I ever would have just been able to naturally figure it out myself either. So maybe, I wasn't ready for this game in that way, and that's why I looked up some strategy guides and it helped me through. So maybe that's just the way I'm intended to play these games, because I'm not smart enough to figure that stuff out. Anyway, yeah, so that's going to be coming out later this year. Hopefully it still makes this year. I want to see that game come out and be successful and be good. And I'd love to be able to enjoy it as well. So we'll see. One game that we do know is coming out this year, Dominic, we found out this week that Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, the remasters of Diamond and Pearl, are coming out November 19th of 2021 in the Lord's year.
Okay, so this never been remastered, right? Because it was like Ruby Red, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so they did the originals, they did Ruby and Sapphire. Yeah, this one hasn't been touched yet. These games were originally on the DS, and now here we are, getting them on the Switch. You and I were just talking about this before we started recording, but like it's almost like the version of this game that we're getting is what we should have gotten back then, and it wouldn't have necessarily ran on the DS looking like this, but definitely by the time we got to the 3DS era, we should have been getting video games that look like this from Nintendo and the Pokemon Company. The remake, it doesn't instill a lot of confidence that they put a lot of work into this. I know it's a choice of art style, but it's not even stylized in the way that like a Link's Awakening is to make me think, oh, they're going for a certain vibe. It's just like, oh, they just kind of made this look like a PlayStation Harvest Moon game. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, it really does.
Not a lot of textures going on, kind of flat colors and stuff like that. So we'll see. But the nice thing about that is shortly thereafter, Pokemon Legends Arceus. I don't remember how to say that. Arceus, right? Maybe that's what it is. Whatever that Pokemon's name is, Dominic. I clearly was not playing during that generation very much, or watching the cartoon for that matter. That's coming out January 28th, 2022. So if you want your full-on Pokemon exploration adventure in 3D open world, then that's where you get it, and it comes out shortly after that other one. So that's pretty good. So that's, you got your options. I saw people on Twitter complaining about how Shining Pearl and Diamond are going to like eat into the sales of that game, but I don't think that's true. People that want to play Pokemon are going to play Pokemon.
You said it's okay. Pokemon Diamond and Shining Pearl is coming out November, and the other one's coming out when?
In January of 2022. So,
I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah, it's like a couple months. Okay, okay, I can see why people are saying it now. I was thinking it's coming out like March or something, but okay, I can see why. I understand why people would say that, but like you said, this feels like a. I don't know. I feel like those Pokemon people are gonna buy both.
Exactly. I mean, Pokemon people are going to buy both, and people that are looking for the evolution of the Pokemon franchise are going to buy that one.
Buy the new one.
So yeah. I don't think that game has a lot to worry about. The only thing I would worry about with that game is how it's actually going to run on a Nintendo Switch, considering the flaws that we saw even in games like Breath of the Wild. Now,
Chucks, if I see Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl have some slowdown. Because, like you said, the Zelda did.
Yes, it did.
Well, even though this will look.
It's more simplistic.
Not as powerful as the Zelda one. But if I see something like that one, I definitely would be scared. And if I see it in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, I would definitely be scared.
Yeah. So along with that, of course, comes the almost weekly at this point. It's been a while since we've talked about them, mostly because I've been ignoring them. But another Switch Pro rumor, this time coming from Bloomberg, having sources corroborating a release sometime in September or October of this year, and an announcement imminent is the word they used, but before E3, which it's about 2 weeks away. So it could be very soon that we could find out about this thing if it is in fact real. There was also a listing in, I want to say on like Amazon Mexico or something like that. I saw someplace talk about it. So we could be at the point where we're actually finally getting a Switch upgrade, the Super Nintendo Switch, if you will. Along with that, basically standard upgrade stuff that we've talked about before. OLED screen, new dock. This one, the dock reportedly has like an Ethernet port on it, which is good for people that are interested in having that. And it sounds like the Joy-Cons would be compatible with the current ones, which is good because obviously, if you're upgrading, you want to kind of keep those accessories around. But at the same time, it's like, oh, does that mean they aren't really improving hand stuff? Can't think of the word. Ergonomics. That's the word I was looking for. That kind of stuff. So we'll see. I am very interested in what they do with that. I want to know pricing first and foremost, because like it can blow blow my mind, but if it's more than $300, if it's more than what the Switch is now or launched at, I'm kind of checking out at that point, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, I'm curious to see about what's going on with that too. Mm-hmm. But back to the Pokemon. Like I'm a little slightly hyped for Pokemon Legends.
Yeah.
Arceus, because this is what I wanted. This is what I mean. I want a somewhat new experience in the Pokemon world, but full 3D, and you actually throwing your Pokeball to catch them, not some screen.
Right.
Now, I don't know if they make the noises, though. If they still make the stupid-ass noises, I'll be disappointed. But if they don't say their
too
names,
much space, Dominic.
I say about slightly, because I'm scared there's still going to be some disappointment. Like, it's going to be something there where it's like, they could have done more.
They'll find a way, Dominic. They'll find a way to disappoint you.
I still think they could have done more. I mean, the look of the game. is okay, but I was like, I feel like they could have done better.
But it also looks very, like, blank. Like, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot going on in the stuff that we've seen, at least. Like, a whole lot of empty fields and whatnot.
Yeah, a whole lot of empty fields. And that's a disappointment for me. Because I'm like, it should be a point where it should feel more alive. I ain't saying you gotta be freaking Red Dead Redemption 2 kind of alive. But, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, especially if you use this kind of art style, I feel like you gotta be at least like Assassin's Creed, someone alive, man. You gotta at least have some type of Pokemon just running around. You gotta have something. Now, I know people gonna say about the power, but I feel like you could have it. Well, just make it. I feel like it could be fine, because I've seen games on 360. Like Red Dead Redemption 1.
Yeah.
You know? Like, come on. Like, give me something like that. I mean, I'm not talking about, like, it looking realistic. Still keep the cartoony look. Yeah, anime look. I'm fine. But just the environment feeling alive. Like, you know, like it's something there. Like, that's just empty. Like, you could do something, man. I mean, Grand Theft Auto, play this. Grand Theft Auto 5 was on a 360 and Xbox. It was on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3.
Which is just wild.
Like, that game was on there.
Yeah.
And look what they did with that world. And I feel like you guys, y'all got money. I mean, y'all got money. Like, y'all got money like them. And possibly more.
I was going to say, in ways I would believe more, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like y'all could do something more with that. Like, y'all can really make an impressive Pokemon game. Because that's what I've been waiting for. That's why I haven't really gotten to Pokemon.
That's what I've been waiting for since that game first came out. Like, I was hoping for that on the 64, and then I was hoping for that on the GameCube, and they never gave it to us. Bumping out more 2D ones, which is, it's fine if you have both, but like if that's all you're giving us, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're going 3D, but it's like this game looks like it could have been on it definitely could have been on the Wii U. It could have been fucking on the GameCube. Shit. The Wii.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably slightly a little more powerful. Like some things behind the games that's slightly more powerful.
You're giving them too much credit now, though.
Yeah, but I probably am. But because I mean, I don't know how to make games, so it's probably something under the hood that I don't understand. That hey, they only could do it on this system, but to my eyes, it doesn't look like super impressive. Mm. Like it's impressive compared to older Pokemon games.
Right.
But I'm thinking those games are behind anyway.
Our standards have been set so low with those games at this point. Yeah, exactly. All right, Dominic. Speaking of setting our standards low, no BlizzCon this year. Much like last year, though, it's just
more about the Diablo Mobile. I need to know some expansions for it or like
Diablo
some extra
Immortals
stuff.
Yeah, well, you might still get that stuff in an online capacity, but the in-person event for this year is canceled, which
okay.
I think it's kind of interesting because the last time one happened in 2019, it was in November, And I feel like things are opening up to the point where I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see it.
It's in Texas, right?
Is that where it's been? I can't remember.
I know QuakeCon was.
I was going to say, I don't want to confuse it with QuakeCon because I definitely... BlizzCon 2019 location. Oh, no, it was LA. Anaheim Convention Center. So I could see why they maybe couldn't have it there. State. It's weird because, I mean, obviously there's a lot of planning that goes into something in November, and it'll be November in no time probably because it's already somehow June. But at the same time, it feels like things are opening up in a capacity where I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, compared to those
basketball games I'd be seeing, like, it'd be like they're not fans close to the players as far as like the bench area, but you look
they're close to each other.
Packed. Yeah.
That's how it was with AEW last night because that was their first show with fans. And yeah, it was just packed and you didn't really even see masks around. It was just like, woo, wrestling. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I like to believe that, all those people are vaccinated and being healthy and safe and enjoying some wrestling live. So we'll see, Dominic. We'll see. All right. And some other news, Dominic, and some things that are happening news. Xbox is going to be having its kind of E3 press conference on June 13th, along with its Bethesda division. So we're going to see some games, Dominic. We're going to see Halo Infinite, allegedly. I would hope so. And more so, allegedly, we're going to see some... I know I should have wrote the name down because now I'm forgetting, but Starfield. The Bethesda space Oblivion,
that's what's
basically. So that would be very cool if they actually do, in fact, show that off in a real capacity. Like, if they just tease it, don't give me that. But if you can show me some gameplay and tell me that it's coming out,
I want to see some detail. Yeah, details
by
in that title
mid next year.
Like this is the title. Show the details.
Look at the texture of it, man.
Yeah, the texture.
How many stars there are? Yep. Is there anything else you can think of from Microsoft or Bethesda that you want out of that either they've been talking about and just isn't out yet, or
darn, like that's been pushed back. What's the game it's called that they were supposed to be calling PlayStation 5?
It's Deathloop.
Yeah, because I was going to say, tell us when Deathloop comes out on the Xbox, but it hasn't even come out yet for PlayStation 5.
Nope.
Darn. So, I'll say something else. I guess Ghostwire?
Oh, okay. Which is another PlayStation exclusive, right?
Oh, so I'm not going to probably hear about that either.
I mean, I would be interested to see if they segment
talk about
this
the exclusive
enough.
Games? PlayStation exclusive games on their Xbox stage show?
I mean, if they segment it out a little bit, like this is the Xbox stuff, this is the Bethesda stuff, I could see them talk about it because they are
okay. If they do it like that, yes,
they are advertising it as both. Both brands. They're not just calling it an Xbox showcase necessarily. So I could see that. They still want to make money
because they're still making money from them.
Yeah. Have Jack Ryan show up on there and be like, "Thank you to our Xbox partners for still giving us these games."
And people just like, "Boo!"
Exactly. Throw popcorn on them. Yep. Disrespectful fans, Dominic. It all comes full circle. All right. Some other news, Dominic, this week. We got news of a Dragon Quest III remake that looks a lot like Octopath Traveler. They're calling it a HD 2D remake.
Yes, it does, and I like it.
Yeah, it looks neat. Looks cool. And along with that, they also announced a mobile game thing, which I didn't really write down here because it's a mobile game.
Yeah, we don't care.
Dragon Quest 12 Flames of Fate, Dominic. You ready for a new next-gen flagship?
It's like going to be a little darker, and that what did they say about the combat? I know it's going to be slightly different. That's one the guys working on the game said. But yeah, I'll see. It's a wait and see. because that combat has not changed in years. I mean, the most that's changed is that, it looks 3D, you still went around, but you still just take turns fighting, which I don't mind. Like, I feel like, hey, since all these JRPGs are just changing so much that it's kind of cool to have something that's still stay at home with that whole thing, with just the normal combat of just turn-based. But I kind of don't want it to be all action. Maybe a little different, I don't mind. But I don't want it to be just an action RPG. I don't want that. But, yeah, I'm definitely curious of where this game goes. I know they're going to keep it, the silent protagonist. I just don't want them to do that anymore. But, whatever.
Yeah.
But, we'll see.
Yeah,
because,
cool.
I did like 11. 11, I did have a good time with.
All right, Dominic, in some sort of in the same world venue, Final Fantasy, there's a rumor going around that Team Ninja is going to be working on a game for Square that is basically going to be a Souls-esque, or I've actually heard it described as like a Jedi Fallen Order-esque, because that game's not as hard, but shares kind of similar attributes to Souls games. Final Fantasy game based on the world of the first Final Fantasy game. Is that a thing that interests you in any form or fashion?
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious what it is. But then, I don't know. I mean, I'm curious about it, but I don't know if it'd probably be, Japanese as fuck, and
probably 100%.
Probably not gonna like the story.
It's like Japanese on top of Japanese on top of anime.
So I'm not gonna like the story,
and
that would have to mean the combat has to be really great.
Yeah,
then, because it has to. Therefore, I don't care about the story.
And Team Ninja, behind the team behind Ninja Gaiden and stuff, like I could see the combat in that being extremely cool. It feels like it's been a while since Team Ninja has done anything of any real relevance, though. Basically since one of the last Ninja Gaiden, I guess. Kind of haven't really heard talk of them. I know they've made some other stuff, but I can't think of what it is off the top of my head. Also, I mean, maybe it's just
they didn't make Devil May Cry. I mean, that's a Devil May Cry. Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive. Oh, maybe, yeah. I guess, yeah, that probably is, in fact, what it is. I forget about who works on that stuff because you don't really see, was his name Itagaki, the one that wore the sunglasses and the
girls.
Yeah, and the leather jacket. You didn't see him really out there much because I don't think he's with them anymore. Yeah.
He got too cool for them then.
He's probably. Yeah, maybe it's not my familiarity with the Final Fantasy series, but like the first one, isn't it all kind of generic characters of like, here's a red mage and here's so I don't know. I mean, obviously you can still take that world and then create characters in them, but at that point, why are you setting it in that one specifically? Why aren't you just calling this another Final Fantasy game?
So I misheard you, because I didn't even know about that. Yeah, I misheard you saying that it was based off the first Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. So.
So at least it's not another 7 thing.
Well, then it's. Yeah, I could see it being a Soul style game, and it probably like almost a setting because it's that type of time period.
Mm-hmm.
Probably just not going to be as dire,
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, hopefully not.
Even though it is the Final Fantasy, Dominic.
I don't want to be as dire. Because, I mean, I don't know what the story is of the first Final Fantasy, honestly. Like, I don't know. So, yeah, I'm just curious how they do it. And, like, how would you do, like, is it team-based? Because, Souls games, you're just one person.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, hopefully we'll get some details soon if this is, in fact, accurate. Yeah, maybe E3 or somewhere around there we'll start seeing stuff, because as we're about to get into here, Dominic, we're already starting to see kind of a flood of information about upcoming games. So let me kick into that real quick here, Dominic. I think it was it Wednesday or Thursday? That was a very busy day. It had 3 of these items. I believe it was Thursday, in fact. Sonic Colors Ultimate, as a celebration of the 30th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog debuting in 1991. They kind of had a live stream to announce some new projects, one of them being Sonic Colors Ultimate. That's a remaster of Sonic Colors. I feel like that's one of the ones that gets more praise of the recent ones before, like a Sonic Mania when it was actually good again. But like, hey, this one's getting there. They've sort of figured it out. So I guess that's good that they're bringing that back.
The Sonic Colors, I always heard the handheld one get better praise than the console one.
Probably because it was 2D.
Yeah.
Dominic, can they make a good 3D Sonic game?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not usually interested in them, so
yeah.
But there's a whole new crowd who likes those 3D games.
That's true.
There was a guy in one of the comment sections of one of these things saying, "I don't know how people." It's like, why Sonic Forces get a bad rep? It's just like another Sonic game, which I forgot what he said. But it was a Sonic game I hated too. So
right.
I was like, he says it's just like that one, and I was like, oh, I thought that was crap too. So it's like, yeah, this guy just has a different taste of Sonic. He probably grew up with these games, and he has a more appreciation for them than I do.
Yeah.
Where I grew up, I was a Sega kid, and these 3D Sonics, man, no, I'm not big on them.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just watching the trailer for this, and I was thinking, like, I know people have suggested things like a behind-the-back Sonic where you're controlling it almost like a driving game or something like that. But that sort of eliminates the exploratory aspect of it, I feel like. And I'm sure there are people much smarter than me that could absolutely come up with some sort of concept for a 3D Sonic. But watching this, I was just like, it doesn't have the same feel as a 2D Sonic, and I don't know what aspects of Sonic you keep in a 3D game that conveys that. Because like that's part of the problem with Sonic, right? Is like it's all about speed, and once you transition into a 3D world, speed plus 3 dimensions makes things a lot more difficult to control. Whereas like a Mario, it's just like, oh yeah, he's still kind of slow and plodding in his movement. And obviously he's not slow, but you're not going at breakneck speeds, basically.
Yeah.
So it transitions a little easier. So I don't know. Hopefully we'll find out, Dominic, because there's going to be a new Sonic Team game coming in 2020. There was a nice little CG trailer for that. 2022. Yes. Sorry. Thank you. Yes. So next year, 2022, hopefully we'll see whatever the next evolution of Sonic is. And I would say until then, we can explore the past of Sonic with the newly announced Sonic Origins collection, which includes 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles, and Sonic CD. But that game is also not coming out until 2022 for God only knows what reason, Dominic.
Yeah, like what are they working on?
They've released these games a million times on a million different things, and now you can't release this collection until 2022 for some reason. I just don't get that.
Yeah,
seems very weird.
Don't get it either, and I wonder how much it costs.
Yeah. What is the most you would be willing to pay for that if you were
$20.
a person? 20. Okay. That's probably what I was thinking. I was thinking you might say 15 though. I would probably say 20 is, as long as you and I were talking, but like as long as there's some bonus features and stuff, right? Like,
yeah,
give me a full package here. Give me,
because that's how much I paid for
documentaries and stuff.
I paid $20 for the PlayStation 2 version of the Sonic Mega Collection, and it had some little tidbits of like the history there or something like that. Mm-hmm. But they got to give me something. Give me some video. Give me some video or something like.
Throw the movie on there too.
Yeah.
And all the old episodes of the cartoon, the 90s cartoon.
Yeah, the both of them, because it was 2 cartoons, yeah.
Yep.
Those cartoons are on Paramount, I believe.
Really? Okay.
Either Paramount or it's not Hulu. So it's got to be Paramount, yeah.
Paramount. I feel like Paramount sounds right, because Paramount, Universal is that how that works? That's not how that works, is it? Because I'm thinking, didn't the one at least come on USA? I was thinking like that.
I just remember when it originally came out. One was on CBS.
Oh, okay.
And one was on just syndication, like syndication networks, like 54 like or 45
Fox or something. Yeah, maybe that's the one. That's where I'm thinking. Maybe it wasn't USA. Yeah, time to revisit the Sonic cartoon.
Well, Paramount is
chili
CBS,
dogs.
So that was on, like I said, it was on CBS.
That makes sense. Then.
So maybe they had something to do with that. I don't know. But like those Sonic shows are up there, while the Sonic anime one is on. I know it's on Netflix.
Gotcha. Sonic anime. All right, Dominic. After that, we got a live stream featuring Dying Light. We're finally getting some details on Dying Light 2. But before that, we've got the announcement of Dying Light Platinum Edition, which is available now. And that includes the base game as well as the DLC. So you can get that. I think it's $25 right now on Xbox One and PS4.
Did it go down PS4? Because at the time, at the article I read, it said it didn't go down yet.
Oh, was it still?
Like $99.
Did you say $99?
Yeah.
Oh, my. Let's see. PlayStation Store.
Yeah, because that's what it was for, like, everything, regular price.
Right, that makes sense. $13.39 for just the base game. Let's click on Platinum. Oh, yeah. Wow. Nah, that's European one, though. But it is £99 currently. Yeah, that's weird. Why would you do that? I guess they'll get around to it. But, yeah, on Xbox right now, it is at least...
buy for $99, man. You'll feel better about it.
$99. No, that is... Yeah, still $99 on the PlayStation. What the hell are you guys doing? But yeah, so if you want to revisit Dying Light before Dying Light 2, you can check that out. But yeah, they showed off some Dying Light 2 Stay Human gameplay, because I guess the idea is that you're like fighting back the disease. And it seems pretty cool. They obviously showed some parkour stuff. They showed some melee combat stuff. But it sounds like there's...
That's a subtitle to the game? Or is that like part of, like a different part of the game?
That's the subtitle. It's Dying Light Stay Human.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it sounds like there's going to be like some dynamic story elements. You're going to have different factions. There's 3 different factions in there that you can team up with at different intervals during the game. Like choose who you want to side with, and then the world is affected around you depending on your choice. So that seems pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it looks really good. I don't know what else to say about it because I'm not really that familiar with the first game, but it seems like kind of more of that plus the evolution of. So, yeah. And they actually gave us a release date, Dominic. They gave it the release date of December 7th, which is kind of the last.
Oh, man, it's going to miss it. It's going to miss the Keighley Awards.
I was going to say it'll be for next year. Yeah, and it's also like so at the end of the year that like it's going to miss a lot of Game of the Year awards, and also like this is the very last time you want to put out a game, because anything closer to Christmas, it seems like it's too late.
Unless you're Cyberpunk, you do okay.
Apparently, yeah. Even
I mean, it did. Cyberpunk sold very, very well.
Yes, it did. So. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think Dying Light has that hype.
It's so well for people on the PC. They're somewhat enjoying it. Well, I think it's gotten better. Darn, that game is still not out on the PS4.
Nope.
Or the PlayStation, period, I guess, technically.
They still don't know when.
And when is the Xbox Series X and PS5 versions?
Last I heard was sometime at the end of this year.
God darn! So that's the real release then.
Yep.
This was early access.
Well, it's going to be awesome, Dominic. We're going to have the release of the new consoles, the Xbox One Series and the PlayStation 5 this year, maybe even next year. And then we're going to have games to launch with them, like Halo Infinite and Cyberpunk. Yep.
And
at least Halo Infinite at least had the decency to actually not launch until...
They wanted to wait. I told you, Danny, they wanted to wait for the anniversary.
Yep. Might as well at that point.
But the... Cyberpunk is crazy. What has happened with that game? Oh, and then a director left. Did you have that news?
No, because I didn't know who the previous director was or what. How long ago? I don't remember if we talked about him leaving or not. Because the article, the news this week is that there's a new director, but I wasn't sure if he just like came in and immediately took his spot or what. Idea. Yeah, CD Projekt Red seems like it might be
that is so
some rough
weird.
Right now.
I mean, games are so different from back in the day because, like, you get a new director to a game that already came out.
Yeah, gotta keep working on it, Dominic. Gotta keep working. All right, and then to close out that day, we got news on there was a Sony State of Play specifically for Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West, featuring about 15 minutes of gameplay from the PS5 version.
I thought they told me 45 minutes.
No. Just 15. But it was pretty good. I mean, it looks like more Horizon.
Oh, yeah, I looked at it.
The graphics are improved, and they show, like, underwater stuff, which wasn't really in that first game, which looks gorgeous, of course. And then new dinosaurs, robot soars.
Well, it looked like a woolly mammoth, a dino woolly mammoth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were like, because one of the tribes is like has the ability to control them now, so they're like riding on these woolly mammoth ones, and they're riding on these velociraptor ones that have like chainsaw jaws that look pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, and she's got Aloy has a like grappling hook thing now. She also has the ability to like ping stuff basically, so she like shoots out this energy wave. I
don't remember her climbing in the first game, so. Seeing her climb, period, I think is a good thing. Because I was thinking, like, you can ping to see where to climb at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I was thinking, like, you know what? You didn't really climb. You kind of just jump, I thought, like, on things.
Oh, from like...
I don't think you actually pull yourself up. Because I think that's why I always felt weird when I go to, like, a rock or something. It looked like I could just pull myself up, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, it was like very specific places that you could grab onto, I think. And that's kind of what pushed me off of that game a little more. Was just that. Like it was one of those games where there's like a foot high thing that it feels like you should get up on, and it doesn't want to let you do that.
I was like, at least, I mean, I ain't telling you gotta be like Zelda and climb everywhere, but can you at least be like Assassin's Creed?
Exactly. Yeah. So at least this one, I think it seems like will give you at least a better indication of where you can climb, and her movement in this one was very fluid. So she was jumping around and shooting the hook and everything all over the place in this trailer. So definitely seems cool. Definitely an assortment of weapons. It looks like there's a weapon wheel shown off there, and of course she has all like the traps and gadgets that she kind of had in the first game.
Yeah.
So. Looks good.
It does look good. It looks beautiful.
I want to see how that thing runs on a PlayStation 4.
This is exclusive, right? Or is this on both?
It comes on both.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
I'm happy. But that is so
you
weird.
You will be until you play it on a PS4. And then you're going to be like, why did they release this on here?
Nah, I'm going to trust them. I'm going to trust it's going to be like Miles Morales.
Yeah. I would hope so. And, you know, Miles Morales does look improved on the PS5, so it's not like they're losing too much fidelity there.
That's the thing, yeah. It feels like it doesn't feel like it was lost. I'm not saying it wasn't. Maybe it could have been looked so much better.
Maybe it could have been even better.
But think about it. Early in console life, you never get the best, regardless.
No. absolutely.
You always just kind of get a step. So it feels like it could have been made for the previous console and just, upgraded some for the new console.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it's like still doing that like years later, yeah. But I know it's not going to be that. So I feel like, I think now with consoles, well, wherever it is the future is going to be, I feel like you can do that for these consoles. Like when I look at now, Ratchet does look like a big jump forward.
And it sounds like almost gameplay wise, like it has to be exclusive because of the Portal kind of stuff.
Get Portal stuff, yeah. So that's probably what it mainly is. Because really, like looking at it, I can see it looks better than the last Ratchet game on PS4. But I also can see that they could have downgraded a bit too to be on PS4. But it's probably more of the mechanics of it will have to force it to be on PS5. Not so much the graphics. Not the graphics. Well, you look at this, like, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, if they would have told me this was exclusive, because I remember them saying it was on both, because I was just trying to think, is it still on both? Like, they would have told me this is exclusive, I would understand. It's like, yeah, I understand. But now they're telling me, like, oh, it's on both. I was like, yeah, this game did look gorgeous on the PS4 and the PS4 Pro, that I can see it just being like, like how you have a computer. Like, one computer look like your computer's powerful than the other one, or you got a new graphics card. So that the game I'm playing on this graphics card, if I put a new one in, like a 1090 or whatever it is now, what the hell is it? That's 1090.
3090.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I'm on 970, so 1080. 1080 is still better, and even though it's higher, what is it now?
30s.
30s, yeah. And so it looks like game I'm playing will look so much better and run so much better.
Yeah.
Or a new processor or something like that. Or I put some more RAM in my... Yeah, so I guess that's really what it is with Horizon. So, I mean, that's cool. I say, hey, I still can enjoy this game.
As long as they can optimize it for those base PS4s, I'd happily buy it if it runs well.
Yeah, if it finally doesn't run well, I mean, that would suck. But I'm just saying, I only reason because I trust Sony, because it seems like I said, it was Miles Morales, how good that looked on the PS5, and it still ran. And it still looked good. Like, they still make it look powerful on the PS5 without it feeling like you held back on that game.
Yeah. Well, while we're talking about it, Dominic, speaking of PlayStation games on the PC, according to a slide sheet from Sony Investor Call, Uncharted 4 may be coming to the PC following Horizon and Days Gone. What do you think? Is it like it's too late and it's the last one in the series? Do we need that?
I'm just saying, you might as well just put the other three out there too.
I believe there have been rumors that the collection would be coming to the PC as well, but this one, it sounds like it's not official, despite the fact that this is an official Sony, slideshow that they're showing off. So it's weird that the news of this hasn't been as big as I would have expected it to. And maybe it's because the blow's kind of already softened by getting Horizon and Days Gone, but it feels like when you get to Uncharted levels,
like Naughty Dog is the big one.
Yeah, that's like a different level of game than even Horizon, which I think would, be pretty top tier in the eyes of Sony first party games. But yeah, I mean, I feel like Uncharted 4, or if they were to announce God of War coming to the PC, that you broke through the barrier, right? You're like, oh my God, this is a game changer here. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they do just release that game. Do they then say, like, hey, if you want to play the first 3 games, get PlayStation Now and stream them to your PC?
I cannot wait for those naked Nathan Drake mods, man.
Yes. There you go. Just him and his brother scissoring.
Long to swing it around, man. Just hanging and climbing.
Oh, can you imagine just like trying to climb on some of those jaggedy things he's climbing on with it just freewheeling out there like that? It's gonna clip. No, they got physics on it, Dominic. It just smushes up against it. Smushes up against that rock. I can't even imagine. All right. Hopefully they keep that stuff locked down.
Yo,
all right,
man. They have you shoot a gun, you get hard.
God. You know what, Dominic? I don't think any game's done that before. We really need to like think about this technology-wise. Like the next evolution of immersion is make it feel like you really are shooting the gun by yeah. All right, moving on, Dominic. Speaking of shooting guns and getting hard, Far Cry 6. There's a gameplay trailer for that game, as well as a release date, October 7th. And this is another one. Looks fantastic. Probably running on a PC that I definitely cannot afford. But it sounds like it's going to center around a revolution that you're trying to lead against the guy from Breaking Bad that we saw in the previous trailers. You're going to have customizable vehicles and weapons and stuff. And, I mean, it looks like Far Cry, but also, like, it changes.
So what's the son? What's the son in the story, then?
He's going to turn on his father at the end of the thing. Yeah, because the character that you're playing as now, I don't know if it's going to be a customizable character, but in this trailer, at least, it's a woman. So it's not like you're like, a couple of years later, it's the son and he starts sparking a revolution against his father or something. What if the woman is that son's mother? Oh, now we're getting spicy, Dominic. Now we're getting spicy. So, yeah, it looks good. Did you happen to check this out?
Nah, I haven't looked at it.
I mean, it's beautiful. It really looks incredible, but it doesn't look like it's that much different from previous Far Cry games. So,
and when's it come out?
October 7th.
Oh, okay.
So, a little bit later this year. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if it gets delayed again because, that game was supposed to already be out by now, along with many other Ubisoft games. All right, Dominic. And then the last story I got this week for now, Borderlands 3. Randy Pitchford was out there on Twitter saying they're working on cross-play. But as it turns out, they're not going to be able to get it on the PlayStation platform because the publisher said they can't get certification on PlayStation if they include crossplay, which has led a lot of people to speculate what that means is likely the publisher, being 2K, doesn't want to pay whatever Sony may be asking for to allow them to access crossplay, because we found out via the Apple Epic trial that apparently Sony is getting paid from most of these publishers to allow for crossplay, which is kind of wild. Yeah, and that sucks. It sucks for the gamer.
Yeah.
Gamer, Dominic. Yeah, the consumer. It's bad luck, Sony. So maybe there'll be some pushback on this. I haven't really seen a lot. I mean, there were some people in like the Game Informer comments, obviously poking fun at Sony being, like for the gamer, when obviously this is very anti-consumer. But I haven't seen like a coordinated backlash against this announcement. Nah. I don't know if that's just because it's Borderlands 3 and people don't really care that much.
It's that's the thing. It might be more that
yeah.
But the Borderlands fans, I mean, they should be upset because like, hey, we need more people. I mean, I'm not saying there's not enough people, but like, hey, you want to just keep the
more the better.
The more the better, exactly.
And if my buddy has a PlayStation but doesn't have an Xbox or a PC or whatever have you, like, yeah, it would be nice to just be able to play with them. Really they need to come together and have like a video game consortium or something, Dominic, where everybody just agrees, like, going forward, we're going to allow for crossplay, and this is how we're going to build out the infrastructure to allow people to do that. Maybe you have to pay into the consortium or something to be part of that, but I don't know. Figure it out, game companies.
That woman looks like the boy.
The one from Far Cry?
Yeah.
That's why when you started to say that, that's where my head went too. I could definitely see it. Yeah. So.
Or like a relative or something. But yeah, I look like that could be. Mm-hmm. Oh, now I see the dog. The dog with
yeah.
2 legs.
Also, crocodile.
He got 4 legs. It just
or
only 2 of them work.
Yeah, he's in a little wheelchair scooty guy.
Yeah, people say he's cute. I call it abomination.
Oh, don't say that about that poor dog.
It is, Daniel.
Poor little wiener dog, Dominic.
You're playing God by putting that wheel on him. Oh, man. It wasn't meant to be.
Wasn't meant to survive. All right, Dominic. Did you see any other news this week you want to talk about?
Nah, man, I'm good.
All right. We got PlayStation Plus and Xbox games for gold for June. We got Operation Tango as our PlayStation 5 exclusive. So if you don't have one of those yet and you plan on getting one, maybe grab that off the website. And then we got Star Wars Squadrons and Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown for the PlayStation. And then on the Xbox, we got the King's Bird. That's on the Xbox One. You got Shadows Awakening on the Xbox One. And then on the Xbox 360, you have Neo Geo Battle Coliseum and Injustice Gods Among Us, which I feel like we got, but it's probably because we got it on the PlayStation. I know we got it there at some point.
We got it on the PlayStation. Well, actually, I don't know if you got it on Play. If you did, I don't know. I just know you bought that game for the PlayStation 4, right?
The original one?
Because you remember the PlayStation 4 had the special edition or the enhanced edition of it, and Xbox One didn't get it.
Right, because that was originally a 360 game.
Yeah,
or
that's what I'm saying. It was a PlayStation 4 version though that came out because.
Gotcha. Okay.
You would talk to me what time you were playing it.
Yes, the PlayStation 4
I played it.
One I got for free, I think. PlayStation 3, maybe I did buy.
You got the PlayStation 4 one for free.
I think so. I think that came as part of PlayStation Plus at some point. Because I played it relatively, I want to say recently, but it's probably like 2 years ago now when we were talking about it on the podcast.
This was when you was in the old place, and I remember talking to you on the phone, and you were playing it.
Mm.
And, I mean, I downloaded it because I played it recently, but I remember you having it. Now, I don't know if you bought it. Maybe it was free, but that was kind of soon because the PlayStation 4, darn, I mean, I don't know. It came out at launch. I think it came out at launch, right, on the PlayStation 4?
It was pretty close after if it wasn't at launch. Yeah, it was short after. It wasn't at launch exactly. Yeah. I don't remember. I'll have to go back and look and see. Yeah, because I remember being excited about that game, and then I don't think it hit me in the same way that like Mortal Kombat had previously to it. And then I went back. Then they just had it.
Last year they had it so you can get it for free, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like if all you had to do was
yeah, I do remember doing that and like downloading it on every well, not downloading it, but adding it to my library on everything.
So that's why it's like for me, it's not really a big deal because I already got it. I already got it on the Xbox.
Yeah. Yeah. Once again, kind of a lackluster month for Xbox. But again, like,
I mean, if you didn't get the free thing, I guess it's a good. If you didn't get it free last year, like if you didn't see it,
yeah, because that is a good game and it's got a cool story mode. Especially if you're into like DC characters and stuff. So,
but overall, it is somewhat lackluster because I'm not really interested in these other games. But on the PlayStation side, you got Star Wars Squadrons. I mean, we got it because of Game Pass, but that's big for PlayStation users. And then you have Virtua Fighter 5, which I'm interested in because I like Virtua Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I had 4. Was the last one I played, really. 5, I think I tried it. I don't know if it was a demo out for it or did it come free with Xbox 360? I'm not sure. But I felt like I tried it. But yeah, I do want to just play that game again. Try that out. Operation Tango. It's good that PS5's getting an exclusive.
Yeah. Yeah, they're continuing that trend of kind of giving them something exclusive. It seems like an interesting kind of co-op game. So, yeah. All right, Dominic, you ready for new releases this week?
Yeah.
All right, we got Biomutant. That's now out on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. That's the one with the little like raccoon-looking thing. I've heard kind of some mixed things about that.
Yeah, I heard
People were
mixed
initially
things too.
pretty positive about it, but then it sounds like it's maybe a little on the kind of bland side. Maybe doesn't have as much content as people were expecting it to. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and they are like really saving face because there's people on Twitter who are responding like to it and like to the announcement. They said, "Man, I'm seeing 6s and something, or like something on Metacritic like this. This is not what I thought." And then they will respond. They will say, "Yes, there are critics who like it and critics who don't like it. Like everybody's type of opinion, but hey, say try it out and you may like it." But I was like, "You don't got a demo, so try it out means I gotta buy it."
Right. Yeah, that's what kills me with a lot of this stuff. Is like, come on, let's get demos back in the world, please. All right, Dominic. After that, we got Maneater for the Nintendo Switch. You, ironically enough, just talked about that earlier, coming to Game Pass. So we got Maneater, shark eating simulator. We also got Saints Row the Third. That's now out on the PS5 and Xbox Series X.
Yeah, I guess I just think like the fourth. Well, the fourth technically, no, it didn't come on the PS5 S Series X. I guess the fourth is like that was worse than the third or something. Is the third is the better one?
I think it was kind of like 4 is more of this, whereas 3 was like this is the one that kind of revolutionized the series, and it's like it's the big one of the series.
Because I wanted to do a 4. They do 4 PS5.
I think
Xbox Series X.
They eventually did after 3, like last generation. They were like, here's kind of a up-resed version of that. But yeah, 4 just didn't catch on in the same way that 3 did. After that, we got Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster for the PC, Nintendo Switch, and PS4.
Yeah, I this came out of nowhere for me because I didn't hear nothing about them doing a remaster of this. But I always heard about Shin Megami Tensei. It's like Persona, but a more serious Persona, I think.
Yeah, because it comes from the same world, right? Basically, they're tied together in some way, shape, or form.
But back to the Saints Row, is that like a new game, or can I, if I have Saints Row the Third?
Oh, is it like a free upgrade? Let's see. Saints Row.
Saints Row the Third came on 360, but it was backwards compatible with the Xbox. So
yeah, yes. We're not going to say PS5 because it's more.
And I think there was a Saints Row the Third upgrade for the. Wasn't there an upgrade for PS4 and Xbox?
I believe there was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there were. Let's see. Now optimized for Series X and S. This is from, May 27th. There you go. Saints Row the Third remastered on Series XS is free for everyone that owns the game on Xbox One, thanks to Smart Delivery.
Oh, good.
So, now I don't know if that would be if you also own it all the way back on like 360, but
yeah. But the PS, I guess PlayStation, because I don't know.
See, I'm afraid to even search for that one because their stuff is so messy that, let's see. Somebody's got it. Autofill, free upgrades still unavailable on PS5. Issue acknowledged, fix in the works. So it should be, Dominic, but as of right now, it is not.
I feel like you don't release the game until you're able to do it. Or if you're not going to do it, just say, it's not available here.
Yeah. I think it's just the PlayStation doesn't have it made as easy as Xbox did with theirs, and people kind of made fun of them when they had, started branding it as like smart delivery and giving it a name and stuff. But obviously there was like a very intentional thing there that they wanted to make it easy for developers to just allow for this upgrade so that, a little more customer friendly.
I thought it was a little silly too, because I was like, can't the PlayStation do this? But now I'm seeing like, oh, they can't just easily do it. So
yeah,
maybe it was smart that they have this branding.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's unfortunate, But don't go out there and buy that game unless you really want to. If you've already got the other version and are just waiting on the upgrade. All right, Dominic, we also got, and this one kind of came out of nowhere for me, MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries now out on the PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. Maybe I just haven't really been following the MechWarrior franchise.
I thought MechWarrior 5 already came out. Damn. That game already existed.
MechWarrior.
Like for the PC anyway. So you say PC, I was like, that's what I'm confused on.
Let's see if this is...
Yeah, it did. It came out 2019.
So Mercenaries is... What is the difference between Mercenaries then?
No, it says MechWarrior Mercenaries up here. Came out in 2019.
Huh.
Now, I can see it being Series X and
what is... Yeah.
Them.
But why is...
Maybe it's an upgrade. Maybe is it a visual upgrade or something? Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, like an extended version or something. That's weird. That's
yeah, Xbox Series X and Xbox One, May 27, 2021. So
maybe I just had it wrong. All right. Yeah, but MechWarrior, I don't know. I feel like ever since the one with the big ass controller, I've kind of fallen out of...
Wait, that was that game? I thought that was another game.
No,
I thought that was Steel
Battalion.
Battalion.
Yeah, it was Steel Battalion. But ever since then, I've fallen out of mech games.
Well, the MechWarrior games, I remember from Xbox. And I remember they saying that was a PC game coming out. And I just really I looked at it and said, oh, they look nice, but I didn't have an Xbox, so I didn't pay attention to it. I just didn't pay attention to it much. But I always wanted to try it. Hey, I think it's on Game Pass.
Oh, really? Okay. Interesting.
I think I saw it on Game Pass when I looked up here on my Xbox thing. Let me check here. I think it is. So maybe I'll try it out.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I really got into a mech game. It was like early PC days back when it was just you running around in fields with very little graphics.
Devastation. Transformers Devastation.
Yeah. There you go. I guess if you're calling that a mech game, sure.
Oh, before that, you played the Transformers War Cybertron, one of them.
How dare you? Don't start calling them mechs. That's not fair.
They are mechs.
There's no people inside them.
Oh.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to say I played a Gundam game, then we're talking mechs.
Yeah. I did play. I played like the Dynasty Warriors Gundam.
There you go. So you've been playing mech games.
And you got into that giant thing in what? Zelda, right? those giant
Touché,
animal.
Dominic, touché. Yes.
Yeah, MechWarrior 5 is on Game Pass. I'm seeing it now.
Okay. Cool.
And then it says Just Cause 4 Brawler Mech add-on. Okay, they got a...
They have a Just Cause 4
I gotta pay for
mech?
it? Oh, man.
That's, okay. Cool. All right, Dominic. We also got Super Bomberman R online. That's now out on PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to go back and play
an online version of Super Bomberman?
Yeah, old school Bomberman style gameplay. You can check that out there. And then we got Wonder Boy Asha in Monster World, which is kind of in that same vein of the Monster Boy and the Wonder Boy and the Wonder Swan and those games that I played, except this one's more 3D. It's not like hand-drawn art style, but it's still a 2D plane, but 3D visuals.
Okay, this is like a new game. This is not like a remake of an old game.
This one is a remake of...
Oh, it is a remake.
Yeah, I think it's 4... Yeah, actually, do I still have that page open? I think I do. Yes, it is Monster World 4.
Have all these games been remakes?
Yeah, I think so. Was Monster... I want to say Monster Boy was not.
Okay.
But I could be wrong about
this. Wait a minute, this is a girl. Is this a girl you're playing as, or this is a boy?
It is a girl.
Okay.
So yes, they have left the boy out of the girl, or the girl out. I don't know. They left.
They call it Wonder Boy.
The boy out of the monster world. So false advertising, Dominic.
Yeah. Why
or maybe there's a revelation later in the game that we find out that she, identifies as a male. I don't know.
Nah, they just because they look at her little wiggle when she opened the chest.
Oh boy.
No, not her. Not
Shantae
her
wiggle.
No, it's like she just wiggled her body.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm saying.
Not quite Shantae wiggle. Gotcha. Yeah. So I think it's cool that they're still doing this. This is a remaster of the Genesis game.
Oh, she looked cute.
Yeah, I think the Monster Boy one, is that the one? I can never remember between the names of those, but whatever the most recent one that I played, where you could transform into the different things. I think that was the better.
I like what somebody said, Wonder Boy title, that's not a boy. The Legend of Zelda title, that's not Zelda. Same
there
energy.
You go. There's
same energy. I do have the same energy though. I do say I'm angry when the Zelda title. I always been angry. I said, this is not, you don't play as Zelda.
Yeah, but it's the Legend of Zelda,
me off.
And then it's Link's Awakening, or Adventures of Link. See, they learned their lesson on the second game, Dominic. That's why they called it the Adventures of Link.
Calling that boy Zelda.
I wonder if there were kids from that generation where they're like boys named Zelda because they thought that's who they were playing as. And they were like, I like this game. I'm going to name my child after it. Also, I didn't realize that Zelda was the princess and not the guy I was playing as. This is awkward. Anyway. Yeah, so those are our new releases, Dominic. You got anything else for this week?
I have nothing else.
All right. Thank you guys, as always, for listening. You can check us out on Twitter. Dominic is at DStallworth5. I'm at RegulusMB. The podcast is at Superpod, SUPAPOD. Superpod.com is the website. You can check us out there. It has all the previous podcasts, as well as links to all the places you can find us, including YouTube, where there is a video version of this podcast, and then iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and basically anywhere that has podcasts. Until next time, guys. See you later.
All right. See ya.